Namaste, welcome to this episode of the Thursday Thoughts. Today we are going to discuss something about the senses. Yes, the five senses, the basic five senses that human beings have. The five senses that generally are talked about is they are touch, sight, sound, taste, and smell. The five senses or the Pancha Indreeyas. Coincidentally, all these written in English also are five-letter words like the word sense. Hope it makes sense to talk about the senses, is it not? First, let us see touch. Touch is thought to be the first sense that humans develop, as per the Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy. We are also told through social media that a child's touch could bring back its mother from the clutches of death, if it is to be believed, and the child grows in the reassuring touch of its mother. Touch consists of several distinct sensations communicated to the brain through specialized neurons in the skin, like temperature, pressure, light touch, vibrations, pain, and pleasure, and many more. All are part of the touch sense and are all attributed to the different receptors in the skin. Though touch isn't just a sense used to interact with the external world, it also is very important for the human's inner well being. For example, touch has been found to convey compassion, a pat on the back at the right moment, a hug in a depressed condition, mother's blissful hand or palm on our head. These are all go a long way to convey that we are not alone in our struggles through the intricacies of life. To the extent that the concept of Reiki, nothing else but touch healing. It is touch healing. It resonates with the concept that whenever we are hurt, we want to touch the area, the spot, to relieve us from the pain. That's the power of touching. Through a soulful gesture, we can touch hearts even. Now let us see sight. The sense of sight is perceiving things through the eyes. Yes, we have got the two eyes. Vision is the gift of God, that we see so many colors in nature through these eyes. When light falls on any object and that object reflects the incident light into our eyes, we see the object. So light is very important in sight, as easy as that. The transparent outer layer of the eyes is called the cornea, bends the light that passes through the whole of the pupil. The iris works like a shutter of a camera. In fact, the working of the camera is copied from the working of eye itself. It's the other way around. Retracting whenever more light is falling and dilating or opening wider whenever there is less light. The cornea focuses the light and it passes through the lens and falls on the background or the screen that is known as the retina. The nerves ending cells on the retina carry the information regarding the image to the brain, that is through electrical signals. As we all know, by all we all know that the retina contains cells that are rods and cones as per their shapes, obviously. Cones carry information regarding the colors of the object in sight, central vision, and details, whereas rods translate the light into peripheral vision and its motion. Rods also give vision when light is less. Cats can see in darkness because they have more rods than cones. All the detailed information regarding the objects are carried to the brain again via the optic nerves through electric impulses. Now let us hear about the sound. Yes, the sense of sound or hearing. The sense of sound or hearing works through the complex labyrinth called the human ear we have. Sound is funnelized or channelized through the external ear and piped through the external auditory canal. When the sound waves reach the tympanic membrane or the eardrum is a thin sheet of connective tissue that vibrates when sound waves strike. The vibration thus caused then travel to the middle ear. There is auditory ossicles, three tiny bones called the malleus or the hammer, incus or the anvil, and stapes or the stirrup. All three vibrate as per the received sound or signal. The stirrup bone pushes the structure called the oval window in and out, thus sending audio signals to the organ called corti. The spiral organ is the receptor organ for hearing. Tiny hair cells in the organ of corti translate the vibrations into electrical impulses again. These impulses then travel to the brain via sensory nerves. In addition, people retain their sense of balance because of the eustachian tube or pharyngotympanic tube. We can relate it to gyroscope. Interestingly, when one hears one's own voice, vibrations also travel while speaking through the skull. That is why we hear our own speaking. It sounds like someone else's, and when others hear it, it is totally different. Now let us taste a bit of taste about taste. The gustatory sense, that is sense of taste, is usually known as, is broken down to four basic tastes: salty, sweet, sour, and bitter. Taste is sensed on the taste buds on the tongue, obviously. Adults are reported to have 2000 to 4000 taste buds, and most of these taste buds are on the tongue. That means many are outside the tongue. That means some are on the back of the throat, the epiglottis, and the esophagus. Something smells, sometimes smells also enhance the way brain perceives taste. Yeah, there is interlinking between the taste and smell. This is the least understood of the senses, that is smell. Till recent past, it was believed that human beings can only decipher 10,000 variations of or variants of smells. New study has revealed that humans can discriminate between a trillion scents. This is paper dated 17th May 2017. Olfactory cleft are the locations in the nose that are receptors of smell. It is on the roof of the nasal cavity. Dogs are known to be better or great smellers, but research suggests that human beings are just as good. Though humans have only 400 smelling receptors, the complex of human brain, again brain comes into picture, makes it up for the less number of smelling receptors. Poor smelling and tasting capabilities are symptoms of medical conditions like COVID, we have been talking about it, even schizophrenia and depression. Even old age lessens the ability to smell properly. Movies used to effects like smell-o-vision and aroma-rama. These were the concept tried but did not please the audience. Smell, the least understood sense. I'm talking to you. You are all watching me and listening to me. That's the two senses which are in action. the sense of sight or seeing, and the sense of hearing, listening through ears. Why can't we think of sending electrical signals simulated by smell? The rich perfume that I have used should also be reaching you through the YouTube. Science needs to be upgraded, is it not? It was John Boyd who invented television. Now, is it not time for the telesmelling too? Hope you don't smell a rat here. Pancha Indreeyas, interesting facts. Let us just have a look. If one tries to observe closely, the five basic elements, that is the Pancha Bhutas, and the five senses, the Pancha Indriyas, appear to be correlated. This is also interesting to note that in addition to sensing the primordial stimuli, these organs carry out very important jobs as well. Let's look at those. Eyes, in addition to seeing, can express the deep feeling of pain or ecstasy by shedding tears. Nose, in addition to smell, does breathing, the lifeline of living beings. Tongue not only tells the taste, but it would be talking. It would do the talking as well, the unique feature among all the living beings. Ears not only hear the sound, ears balance the uprightness of human beings. That is why when a person is hit hard on one of the ears, he loses the sense of direction. That is, the internal ear works like a gyroscope. We discussed about it. Skin not only gives a sense of touch, it keeps the body temperature also in control through the sweat pores. Just goes to tell that the Almighty wants us to become expert not only in one field. We need to have the expertise in more than one field. And in the lighter vein, if we talk about management concept, if you want your work to be getting noticed at your workplace, take care to be seen, heard. Taste has to be that should match with that of the organization or maybe with the boss. You must smell the future beforehand, and you need to be in touch with the organization. That's all, friends, for this Thursday thought. Take care. Bye bye. God bless.